Live from Tampa, Florida, and New York City, out of the blue corner.
I'm a physician certified by YouTube, so you can trust here.
And out of the red corner.
I'm trying to transition from casual to hardcore. I've been in the body of a casual for way too long.
Congratulations! UFC.
Oh, Ricky Glenn there. What's going on, my brother from another mother? We're haphazard here. You know, let's take Ricky Glenn out of here and let's put that sweet
Okay.
background in style. It's you know how it is, everybody. Welcome back to the show. We call it Bare Bones Tuesday.
Shut the fuck up. Hold on. I'm not even in the setup, dude. Okay, because I was telling you that I was gonna let you know. And guys, I just started a new gig, and it's been fucking mayhem. So
I don't see the overlays here.
We are.
You know what? We can do this right now.
No,
How
no,
about that
no.
until we find it? What's going on with your camera, man? You look like you're.
That's what I'm saying. Like I don't have the. I don't have the. Another F.
I remember the Motorola StarTAC.
Shut your fucking hole. Yeah. Why is everything gone? Did you leave the shit? Okay.
No. It should be an overlay
Or background. Well, guys, we're having a little slight overlay. No,
you know how it is. You know how it is. Podcasters being podcasters. But welcome back, everybody. Dr. Jared Vasquez, and of course, right there, Alejandro de la Sen, known as Young Ale. Not so young anymore. You know, it's
shit.
30s.
Wow.
You know,
Coming in hot.
Coming in hot. I would say, right, fairly aged Ale.
Too long ago. Too long. I will whatever.
Say,
you think about it, the character is inspired by it. It's like Balding has gray hair. It's you know what I mean, like. So.
Yeah, young Jamie's looking rough. Recently, I've seen him on videos. He's looking rough.
You tell me, you know. I mean,
but
I think Joe Rogan monopolizes the working on machines, you know. So that's what's happened. He's just.
I think it's just the weight of the world of Googling absolutely everything that matters in the Joe Rogan experience has had him. You know, I'm trying a new angle. I want you to check out. You know, I'm no longer on top of the laptop. It's a little bit further away in the tripod. So you know, I like to
the price one has
change it up, brother. So what we talking about? We want to talk about the fights this weekend. Of course, the fights this past week were just fine. I mean, Holloway versus Allen was phenomenal. Of course, we're coming in hot on that black hole that was created after Adesanya did his thing in UFC 287. Of course, you're going to have, you know, a couple fight cards that are going to seem that they don't meet the expectation, but in reality, they do. You know, Max Holloway, Arnold Allen, we called the fight. We absolutely said, not that it was a feather in our cap to call a Max Holloway fight and say, oh, yeah, he's going to, you know, for round 4 and 5 for Allen is going to be tough. It's going to be difficult. It's not difficult to call that and make that prediction. But, you know, a lot of people were banking on Mr. Holloway to come back, you know, reduced, come back, you know, not at the usual level. And then this young buck would grab him and really make some changes there. But that wasn't the case. Max Holloway came back with all of the power, with all of the accoutrements of Max Holloway, and he did what Max Holloway does. So in his own words, it is what it is. But now we're faced with a card that has some interesting moments. And man, I couldn't be more pumped. Like, as you saw in my pretty creative thumbnail that you know
I
I
didn't even have
crafted.
time. How was it,
So this,
Jared? Was it good?
oh, you haven't seen the thumbnail, my guy? It's
Jared, I haven't finished work. I'm right now working. I'm putting my job on the line right now just
I
to
can
be on this
start. I
line.
can start.
Okay,
I
so
could.
that's my commitment within El Octagono. That's my fucking commitment. What are you putting on the line, Jared? Someone else.
Everything. Everything.
Everything. No, I know. Just like anything less. Try to look for the fucking overlay.
So we have these fights in front of us: Curtis Blaydes versus Sergey
Mhm.
Pavlovich, which is a phenomenal fight
Heck
that
yeah.
moves forward the winner really close to a title shot when the kingpin of the division is none other than Johnny Bones Jones. So
Yeah.
it's super important and super exciting to see this fight. I mean, Sergey Pavlovich. Well, I mean, I know that you're there at work, so if you want, I'll take over the duties of kind of doing the rough commentary. But Sergey Pavlovich has been, bar none, a wrecking force in the
Oh,
heavyweight division. And he's facing his first true true test right
very
here
true.
in the octagon. Sergey Pavlovich has he's fought some important contenders. He's fought great fighters. If we go through his record, we can see that he's beat Taito Ivasa, Derek Lewis, Shamil Abdurrahimov, Maurice Green, Marcelo Golm. Of course, he lost to Alistair Overeem, because Alistair Overeem, he was a little overzealous, and he got caught. But
Hmm.
having
True.
said that, then he amassed a great win column. Maurice Green, not such a great, good fighter, decent fighter, but not a world beater. No disrespect there. Shamil Abdurrahimov, great wrestler. Derek Lewis, um, kind of a shadow of his former self, but is a great W nonetheless. Taito Ivasa is the best victory that he's had, and now he levels up. He goes to fight with Curtis Blaydes, and Curtis is feeling really froggy. Curtis is feeling that he's being disrespected because everybody's talking about Sergey Pavlovich and this heavyweight, and he has, his arms are so long and he has a massive reach, knocking everybody out. But Curtis Blaydes, low key, has been putting in the work, and Curtis Blaydes, low key, has had great wins. I mean, he turned back Tom Aspinall, Chris Dawkins, and Darcinio Rosenstruik. Of course, he lost to Derek Lewis, but Alexander Volkov, Junior Dos Santos, Shamil Abdurrahimov, Justin Willis, Alistair Overeem, Mark Hunt. He's beat everybody. I mean, he's lost to recently to Francis Ngannou and Derek Lewis. So he's lost to strikers,
Yep.
which you would think, you're going against Pavlovich. He's a striker, you know. Um, but I think that he could do really good. So a tomar por culo, I'm gonna give you my prediction of the bat. I think
Get it.
um
Give it to me. Give it to me, baby.
Curtis Blades is feeling some type of way about everybody putting all the hype on Sergey Pavlovich, and
Hmm.
Curtis Blades will come in and will definitely put all the pressure, the wrestling pressure, on Pavlovich. Pavlovich starts hot. Pavlovich doesn't wait. He goes and attacks.
Mm-hmm.
So what we have here is somebody then that is going to get tested, that is going to come forward. Curtis Blaze is going to drop to a double leg, and it's going to give him the business in the first round. And it's the
Oh,
right it's the right opponent, because if you're a double leg takedown artiste, if you run the pipe, you have good power. You definitely want. Hold on. I
just
have
we hope that they don't kill the dog. There are no feral dogs over there in Tampa that are gonna kill the dog. Um, that's his. Probably his Maxi, his Max. And he Max. I think Max smelled the fact that boom. Our
He's the octagon dog. The octagon dog. He is way too much for his age. He's 10 years, a 10-year-old boxer. You've met him here. He sounds like a ferocious beast, but he is a chill guy. He just likes to make loud noises.
yeah, he's so adorable, so adorable.
Exactly. So the prediction is there for me. Um,
Well,
Curtis
wow.
Blaydes is going to come in with the perfect game plan. Sergey Pavlovich moving forward, drops down, double leg takedown. He's able to control and put some nasty elbows early on the first round, and stun Pavlovich.
Shit, you think so, Yared? Fuck, I'm not so sure. I've been watching a few fights over the past week, mostly of Blades, because I didn't have him on my radar that much. We didn't see him
Mhm.
shine on his last bout against Tom Aspinall, because remember it was that crappy injury. He looked composed and ready to give his hardest fight by far to Tom Aspinall, but he broke his shit. He broke his knee, and Blades was left out like,
Yep.
what the heck? I didn't even break a sweat. And now
Yep.
he's facing this guy, that the guy that everyone, as you said it perfectly, everyone is taunting as the killer that can potentially be a solid or an interesting fight for Bony Bony. Because if you and rightfully so, because if you look at the rankings right now, other than Curtis Blades and Stipe, there is no one really for Bonnie Bones to have a solid or at least a challenged fight. And it looks like Pavlovich can be just that guy. He's progressed a lot. I think he every fight he seems to be better. He's got a lot going on for himself. He's got the size. He's got the striking ability. Is maturing in the octagon, being in the promotion already, fight after fight, a little bit more seasoned. So I really like the guy. Also, he makes it up real well. Of course, I mean he has some good takedown defense. I don't have the data in front of me, but I remember him defending takedowns fairly okay. He's an athlete. He's an athlete freak. He is
He is.
certainly he belongs up there with Bongamin, with Engano, and with all with those others other heavyweight
Hitters.
freaks. So heavy hitters, that's right. So I think he's got a lot going on for him, and I hope he continues with that progression, because Curtis Blade, I feel for the guy. He's the classic guy that, as you were saying, low key, but the guy that doesn't keep a flamboyant profile, right? He doesn't talk too much. He doesn't have some
Hmm.
sort of like crazy story like Ngannou that was in the
The
sand
salt
mine.
mines,
He was
yeah, the sand
having when
mines.
he was nine, working 17 hours a day or some shit. You know what I mean? He's just a solid dude who did everything right from Chicago, apparently from a rough part of town, found the sports his call. He was a collegiate junior college champion, national
Yeah.
champion. So definitely, you mentioned it already. A very very solid striker. I mean, sorry, wrestler. So of course that he's gonna try to play that game with a consummated striker like Pavlovich. That being said, um, man, it doesn't. It's a game that doesn't excite you too much. I think I see your point. I see. Well, I mean, I
Mhm.
see your point, but I don't know if he could even be. I don't know if he finishes Pavlovich. To be honest, I could tolerate that you give me. Okay, I think Curtis Blade is gonna try to control and effectively gonna do so, and he's gonna get a decision against Pavlovich. But fuck, a knockout, elbows, first round. Yared is he's playing with fire over there. He's walking the thin line, in my opinion. Or let me put it this way: I really don't know what the heck is gonna happen. To be honest, guys, and these guys, with these two guys, anything can happen. But I think, honestly, if I had to do a wild guess or a potential wild guess, I think Pavlovich is
Mhm.
gonna continue, climbing up. He's got already that title, in between eyebrow and eyebrow, as we say in Spanish, and I think he's gonna be able to take the W against Blades. I think he's gonna be very challenged. I may even He may even go to this. Well, it's hard to tell that these two beasts are gonna get a decision. But I mean,
Mhm.
Blade's got a decision with Ngannou, so I think it's gonna be way, way, way more challenge than just a stunning KO in the first round. And I think Pavlovich is gonna come on top. So I'm gonna go with Pavlovich, and
KO or decision?
Huh?
Do you see a KO? Do you see a
That's what I'm saying.
knockout
That's what I'm
or?
saying. Fuck, but has Blade ever been KO? I don't think. I don't
Yeah,
think he has, right?
Blaydes, and Gano, KO'd him. I think Derek
Okay.
Lewis with an uppercut,
Oh
made him stiff,
yeah.
made him stiff. It's a classic, that classic uppercut. He's
Yeah.
going for the takedown,
Yeah, you're right.
and
You're right. You're right.
damn, he just makes him stiff like a board. It's a wild fight. I mean that
Shit.
man, Curtis wins phenomenally or loses
I'm seeing that. I'm
explosively.
seeing that.
It's
Only a couple of decisions, notable decisions, except for Mark Hunt. I was saying Ngannou, I meant Mark Hunt. That's the one I watched that it was taken to decision. With Ngannou, I remember Ngannou, hair Ngannou. Yeah, fucked him up, KO'd him. I mean, he's KO'able. So, if 2021 Derek Lewis KO'd him, I mean, why wouldn't Pavlovich? Let's look at it that way. Pavlovich is
Mhm.
a far more skillful striker than the Black Beast. Wouldn't you agree? So okay,
Yeah, I
whatever.
agree.
Okay. I'm gonna
He beat the Black Beast. He KO'd the Black Beast, Sergey.
it, it's
If you
current
remember.
Black
So
Beast, which has been
yes,
like suffering for probably time, I think. But regardless,
yep.
we're here to take risks. We're here to put things on the line once again. So in my opinion, fuck it.
No fear of the scratch.
I think Pavlovich is gonna take it, and I think Pavlovich is going to KO in the later rounds. Curtis Blade, which I really like. Again, I think he is a very solid fighter, but at the end of the day, I think Pavlovich comes on top, and he wins either with a late round KO, or he actually wins in an unanimous decision. I could be wrong, but Saturday we'll find out. And that's my plan.
Absolutely. And that's the prediction. So we have that fight is gonna be fun, but we have other fights that are gonna be great as well. The what everybody wants to see, the return. I mean, we have Bobby Green coming back, and Bobby Green, phenomenal striker. He's had a couple losses that have been not, I wouldn't say heartbreaking, but I would say it could have gone there, could have gone his way, but haven't gone his way, and he's had losses against Patty Pimblett. No, sorry, not Patty Pimblett. Sorry, he
Mhm.
had lost against Drew Dober in a fight that he was doing really good.
It
Ale, he was
was.
doing really good.
Yeah.
Bobby Green was doing
Surprisingly good.
really good against Drew Dober, and Drew Dober KO'd him massively. Of course, he lost to Islam Makhachev. But before that, he had two great victories against Nashar. Oh my goodness, Hakparast, Nashar Hakparast, and Ali Akinta.
Alhamdulillah.
It's it's so hard to pronounce that name.
Yeah, okay.
Uh,
You don't go what it takes, yo. That's what it is. Okay. I don't
it
want to be
is,
hot. I know it's harsh,
Ramadan
but I
Mubarak
got
for
it.
my brothers. Ramadan Mubarak for my brothers
Ramadan
of
Mubarak
the
to all the
Islamic.
brothers and sisters, all the
Yeah,
Muslim
so we
brothers and
have.
sisters.
He should have
Listen,
won that. In theory, he should have won that Drew Dober fight. He was spanking Drew Dober, but he makes a quick comeback, and he is, getting getting a chance to shine and put the nail in the coffin of Jared Gordon. Jared Gordon has made a lot of noise.
damn.
Let's be super clear. Jared Gordon defeated
Please.
Patty Pimblett, even though he didn't get the W. Am I
Thank you
right?
for starting. That's how you should have started. He in his last fucking fight, he did real well against Paddy Pimblett, and I actually think that's why the UFC hasn't got him yet, probably, because that was clearly a sketchy as heck decision. I mean, I don't know if anyone had it clear for Paddy that is not penis sucker of Paddy. I don't know what to tell you, because that fight
Yeah.
was not a victory for Paddy. And also unanimous, I think they gave him, right? The fuck.
Yeah, it's awful. It
But
was
anyway.
awful. It was awful. And it's the right judges for the right fight, for Patty, and the right backup, and just being the guy that's being pushed as a star. But Jared Gordon made a lot of noise, and now he has a true test in front of Bobby Green. Bobby Green, a
Yep.
better striker than Patty Pimblett. I'll say it every day, every single day.
100%. Agreed.
Bobby Green, if Bobby Green defeats Jared Gordon, which he will defeat Jared Gordon, he's going to put the pressure. Jared Gordon is a great fighter. Follows
Mhm.
me on Facebook. He's my
Oh.
Facebook friend. But Jared Gordon, he's great. Bobby Green, when he gets flowy and when he's striking gets beautiful, like it was getting with Drew Dober. He was piecing up Drew Dober. Um, it was freaking great, and he was going to put an end to Drew Dober. But Jared Gordon is a step down from. I don't think he has the chin that Drew had to
Mm.
withstand that early barrage of Bobby Green when Bobby Green gets flowing with that Philly shell and those uppercuts and those check hooks. And I think he's going to eventually catch Jared Gordon and maybe KO him. You know, I'll say the fight goes longer than 1.5 rounds. That's the bet
Mhm.
for me there. It goes longer
Yeah.
than 1.5 rounds. I think he finishes him. I think he's able to finish Gordon, putting the pressure on him. You know, Bobby is a collegiate wrestler, and he does have takedown defense, so he's able to. I say he touches him up in the feet, is able to kind of go to half guard and ground and pound him for the victory.
Damn. The dog with
Yeah,
the
I'm coming in hot.
precision.
I'm coming in hot. Yeah, I'm
Fucking
looking at those
precise.
clips that we're gonna make.
Ah. Ooh. Oh shit. Yeah. With this shitty
How do
camera
you
I got.
like how do you like Bobby? How do you like Bobby for
But
this, or are you going Jared Gordon?
fuck, bro. This one I'm real torn because these two guys I really like. I really like them first because of their life story. Both of them rough upbringings. Bobby Green has like a freaking crazy story that he was like foster a foster home kid that was kind of like getting in trouble. Finds MMA. He links up with this guy who's kind of like his age, but he calls him father, a white dude who is his
Yeah, it's
coach.
a beautiful
He took the
story.
blame on some sketchy business and went to jail for him. And then he became a he became a pro, started making money and waited for his coach to be reunited, and then now they are like together forever and ever. And he's been in the promotion. He's a fan favorite. He's a guy that will take anyone anywhere. We saw it with Makhachev when they were like, oh, 2 weeks. Makhachev is like, bring it like you bring that tattoo on my scalp. And he just went there and did his thing. Of course, lost, but still put up a fight. Crazy dude, always fun to listen to, always fun to watch. A bit unpredictable, but very skilled. I really like the guy. And then Jerry Gordon, I think he was like an addict or some shit here in New York. He's a New York native, and he
Yeah.
had some troubles with the law as well. Was addict to the to this addiction the gringos have now. Fuck, I'm blanking. This addiction
Is
that
it
is now
Adderall,
no,
fentanyl,
no, painkillers, the opioids. He has
painkillers?
some
Yeah,
opioids.
opiates,
Mhm.
oxycodone, Percocet. You know
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He
that type of deal.
overdosed or some shit like that. I remember reading,
Wow.
and yeah. And he found his salvation full boat on in MMA, and ever since he's been like giving his all, being a straight up dude. Of course, not as flashy, not as fun as Bobby Green. We said it. He got scammed. He got cheated from a victory against the Paddy Pimblett fella, and he's an all round solid fighter. But shit, I think it's gonna be once again a challenge fight, but I think at the end of the day, Bobby Green is gonna put it on Jared. I think he's gonna have more volume. He's gonna have more strikes landed. You know, his game is gonna be a little bit more solid, and I think Bobby takes it. Bobby takes it for a decision. Yep, that's that's how I humbly see it. But it's a pretty challenge fight. It should be a fun one. Um, I both got what it takes to give us a good show. So it'll be a great fight. But to me, I'm coinciding with you, Jared. I agree with
Good.
you. Bobby Green takes it over Garden. Hopefully, it's not his last fight in the promotion. He's 34. He lost against Patty. Won, lost, won. I think he lost against Charles Oliveira, of course, real quick. But I think he'll he'll take it. He'll take it like a man, and he'll move on. But to me, Bobby Green wins it. Decision.
Yeah, I agree. And Bobby Green, I mean, we're not
Oh,
thinking that Bobby Green is gonna win a title shot and get a fight for the title. He's a fun guy to have around. He's a fun guy to
yep.
test the
Yes.
prospects. He always brings the heat in fights. People absolutely go crazy in the venues when he's fighting. So he's a real feel good guy. He's a real company guy. He'll step in. I mean, he stepped in a short notice and took the Islam Makhachev fight when he shouldn't have. And I think Dana, this is one of the fighters that Dana loves and will have him
Yeah,
around for a long, long time. And he's going to make a
Dana,
lot of bonuses on that run.
yeah, Dana paid. He said in a press conference. I remember last year, Dana paid for his brother funeral and service costs.
Yeah.
The guy's like, he's like,
Yeah.
I'll kill for Dana White. He has been great to me. So he's definitely a promotion favorite. What I call him, a promotion favorite.
Oh, absolutely. Great guy. A great guy. Dana, man, Dana has bad things, but Dana also, he does, a couple things. And you could argue, well, he shouldn't be doing these things for fighters. He just should be paying more, and then they can afford their own things like that. That's a valid point. But,
Yeah.
he did
Hawani
do
take.
those things. Yeah, that's the Helwani take. But Helwani, he's spoiled. He's spoiled,
Ooh, whoa, 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 whoa,
he's
whoa. Yeah,
spoiled.
yeah. That's an
Ariel
attack now,
Helwani
bro. Elaborate,
spoiled.
please.
Yeah, he's a spoiled brat. Rich kid.
Shit.
So
Wait. Well,
it is what
that
it
doesn't
is.
have anything to do with anything, but now I want to know more. Yeah, let's discuss it.
Nah,
Let's do some chismes time. We're gonna get a section, guys.
Ariel Helwani. Yeah, he's not. I don't like his type of. I'm a more of a, somber. I like Luke Thomas. Those
You're a
type
Luke
of
Thomas-esque.
guys. The guys coming up. Yeah. I like in El Octagono. I like that doctor that makes the videos, Dr. Yared and Alejandro de la Sen. Those guys are
Please.
humble and they're beginning. So, big things ahead of them for them. It's my Donald Trump impression, guys.
So big. So big.
So big, so big.
Wow,
That's
guys.
awful.
Guys, you're in
But
for
I'm
a
practicing.
treat tonight. You're getting chisme time. You're getting impression time. Holy shit. And this a complete full package show. What? Got it?
Yes, I would say so. I would say.
God damn. What am I doing here, Jared? Me van a matar, carajo. ¿Qué cojones estoy haciendo tú? Ya no sé. All right. Sorry, go on.
Me avisa si te tienes que salir, me avisa.
Right. Yeah, I'm just trying to focus here to just do one more thing.
All right, so let me talk about Ricky Glenn. Ricky Glenn, a great fighter. I know personally. He's from Iowa. As I don't know if you guys know, if you follow the show, I started my ringside physician career in the state of Iowa. And Rick Glenn, his roots are in wrestling in Iowa, in Illinois, I believe. So a Midwest guy through and through. Saw him fighting in Victory Fighting Championships when I was the ringside doctor for Victory Fighting Championships a couple of years ago. So he's a solid wrestler, and he is going to fight Christos Giagos. Christos Giagos, two losses, 2021 and 2022. Weren't that good for him. He lost by KO to Arman Sarukian, who's an absolute unit in 155, and then he lost to Thiago Moises by submission. So there is absolutely no shame in those losses. But Ricky Glenn is a grind fighter. He is a fighter that weaponizes his cardio. That's the best way. Best way to put it. And Ricky Glenn has had some great victories. His last fight was a draw against Grant Dawson on the Costa versus Vittori card. But then he defeated Joaquim Silva and lost to Kevin Aguilar, a decision that he should have won. Beat Dennis Bermudez. He's beat Gavin Tucker. He's beat Philippe Nover. Had a war with Evan Dunham. So Ricky has been, he has a career that has gone up and down in the UFC, but I think that the old adage of styles makes fights. Christos Giagos, he's in a bit of a downward spiral, and I think Ricky Glenn has the perfect style to beat Christos. His takedown defense is 52%. Ricky puts the pressure on you. Has more volumes of strikes. Ricky puts 4 strikes per minute to 2.81 from Christos. His strikes absorbed are a little bit of the same. In the grappling, he can handle himself. His takedown defense is 68%. So I think that maybe he takes this on a very razor thin or maybe split decision, but they give us a banger of a fight. Rick Glenn is not in boring fights. That's one thing. So he puts it all out there, and I think I'm gonna go for the hometown guy. I'm gonna go for the Midwest guy, for the Iowa guy, and I'm gonna back him up. And I think Ricky Glenn gets it done. Another fighter that's really an OG of the fight game that's fighting in this fight card. Of course, let me see if we got a picture of him here. I think we do. Is it?
Give it to me. Give it to me.
I don't think. I don't
Give it
think
to
we
me.
loaded.
Yeah,
I
right.
think we. Let me see. Was it? No,
Motoshi.
but Hani Yaya is an OG of the fight game. He's been fighting forever on numerous MMA promotions. I mean, he's fought in Japan, he's fought in Asia, he's fought, in Russian leagues. He's fought absolutely anywhere where they have a cage or a ring to fight. He
Mhm.
is a consummate grappler. Um, he is the type of light fighter, 155er that takes you down. And if he takes you down early, it is a absolute nightmare. He's gonna fight a guy, Montel Quick Jackson, who I don't think I don't think he has the caliber. I don't think he has the caliber of defense on the ground. He has good takedowns, Montel Jackson, but I think Yaya has the it factor. He puts two to three submissions per fight that are deep and that put you in a dangerous place. So it's gonna the fight's gonna go to the ground. Montel Jackson, he is a ground fighter as well, not near the accolades that Rani Yaya has. Rani Yaya has 28 victories, 10 defeats, and one no contest. So he has 39, almost 40 fights in the fight game. Has been fighting for more than 15 years. And if you count the jiu-jitsu tournaments and the jiu-jitsu circuits, the professional jiu-jitsu circuits, he is, an absolute beast. Not a striker, Rani Yaya, by any stretch of the imagination, but he has a 50% strike defense. So I think that just by age, that's the big difference here. Rani Yaya was born in 1984. Montel Jackson was born 6 years later. So no, sorry, 8 years later. So he's at eight years the younger than Hani Yaya, and that could be the only thing that gives him an advantage in this fight because we absolutely have Rani Yaya having all the tools to get this done in the ground. He has great side chokes, great side control, great guard passes, great escapes. So what are you gonna do? Are you gonna, you're gonna hold down Rani Yaya on the first round? No, that's not going to happen. So I think that we see OG in the fight game get a surprising, and it happens all the time. I mean, we see Jim Miller do this all the time. We see Jim Miller put youngings in their place, and I think that's what Rani Yaya is going to do. He's going to put in a solid, nasty, maybe rear naked choke, arm triangle submission, and really show these youngsters what the jiu-jitsu game is all about
So
on the
in essence, what he's
UFC.
gonna do is what you are doing to the MMA, content creation world. Yet, you're gonna show them how it's done as a
Yeah,
veteran of the
put
sport
them in
that you
a
are.
put them in a deep rear naked choke.
Oh
Put
damn.
them in a deep and
Okay,
just
okay, Joker. Okay, Joker.
squeeze. Look at how my just squeeze and take a deep breath.
Yikes.
Put them to sleep. But that's what Rani Yaya is gonna do. That's what Rani Yaya is gonna do. I mean, this fight card, phenomenal, top to bottom. I mean, we're not gonna talk about all the fights here, but just to mention a couple,
Mm-hmm.
Carol Rosa, Norma Dumont. We have Mohammed Usman, the brother of Kamaru Usman, fighting
The brother
Junior
is.
Tafa,
Mm-hmm.
who might
Oh
be or might not be related to Justin Tafa.
no, no,
We
no, no.
absolutely
Yet,
don't know. Are they
no, no.
related?
I googled it. I told you before we started. He is related. He's his
Oh, so
brother.
it's the battle of the brothers,
Brother of the brothers. Yeah.
the
But of the
anime
bastards,
brothers.
not just real brothers. I didn't include that either. Just wanted to make a Game of Thrones reference for you all, guys.
Yeah, I'll take
Yeah,
it.
they're
I'll take
both.
it. Game of Thrones,
They're
not
both.
not not the Dance of Dragons, not the new one. That one sucks.
Oh, you didn't like the new one?
Nah, no, man. The characters are not,
They're
you
not fully
know,
developed. It's
they're
just
not
like
fully developed.
they wanted to, they want to grip too much. They want to grip too much at it. Too much. You know when you have like a very nice large female breast and you cannot like grab it fully. That's what they were trying to do. They had a wonderful, heavy, perfectly rounded female
I
gland.
like
They just couldn't quite get it. They were trying to grasp it, but you're trying to grasp and you're not enjoying the moment because you're too focused on trying to grasp as much as you can. That's what happened to them
Yeah,
because
yeah,
you cannot like have a set of actors for 2 episodes, then like the other 3 episodes you have another set because they've grown so fast, but you don't change all of them.
yeah,
Some of them you just let them grow a beard and you we're supposed to expect that they are old now. And then
yeah.
I mean, I'm still gonna
Yeah, it was
watch it. I'm
awful.
a huge fan of the saga of the entire Song of Fire and Ice creation by George R. R. Martin, but definitely you know it's a bit of a
Yeah,
HBO milking the success. But
yeah.
hey,
It is like Max Holloway would say. It is what it is. So nothing more, nothing less. So this fight card is great. Mohammed Usman Jr. Tafa. Mohammed Usman, a great He wrestles great. He's a good striker. But Junior Tafa is a kickboxer. He's fought in Glory,
okay,
and
yeah,
there's not a lot of information on the matchup here. I mean, there's no measurements of the arm, so it's there's nothing to see here. So I think just being a glory fighter, if he has sufficient takedown defense, I think that he's gonna um, put it on good old Usman. And when people lose, when people in your family lose, I think it creates kind of a energy vacuum. And I don't want to sound all witchy and coven and hippie hot girl magic, but when your brother
I'm
who
with you.
was champion lost in that way, I think you have a chip on your shoulder. You come in too overzealous, and you get clipped by Tafa, and you put your lights out. I think that's going to happen. And when we do the clip, we're going to have it side by side, and we're going to see Usman getting clipped, and my prediction being absolutely 100% accurate. That's how it goes. That's how it goes, my friend. So
Wait,
it's
so
7:37. What?
who takes it? Who takes it? I didn't get it.
Tafa takes it. Tafa takes it. Usman
What?
comes over. Usman comes over zealous, makes zings where he should have zanged, gets
Ah,
clipped, put to the ground. The big guy is going to be difficult to stand up back again, and Tafa, lays him out on kickboxer. So, yeah, and
really?
he grabs that Usman, losing energy that has been surrounding his brother, and
The motive.
that contagion, and he keeps it rolling. Hopefully, he can dive out of that losing streak, but I think he keeps it going. And
Well,
we see Tafa get a nice W, knocking out a big guy like Mohammed Usman. So yeah,
very
I
good,
think
very good.
7:37. I think you got a couple things to do there. Let's wrap it up for today, and let's hit up the Spanish pot in a little bit. So we
Fuck
love you
yeah.
guys con cojones, and back to the Spanish channel in a little bit.